In this video, I want to look at how to program an engraving operation. This should go pretty quickly. Again, I'm going to start by right-clicking my engraving layer and selecting the objects. If we go back to machining operations, 2-axis, we have our engraving here. Once again, I have my part regions. If I move over to Tool, in this case, I just want to make a very light engraving on these lines. So I'm going to use my 1/8 inch flat cutter to make that engraving. This is going to be my third tool. So I'll go down, Edit, Create Tool, change that tool number to 3. Click Save Edits to Tool, click OK, click OK. My tool number is changed. Under Feeds and Speeds, I'm going to click Load from Tool. You can see that my spindle speed reduced a little bit. Clearance plane should be exactly the same as we've had it at 2 inches. Under Cut Parameters, once again, the location of our geometry, I want to do Pick Top and enter in the top of my material. So it's 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. For the cut depth, this could be whatever I'd want it to be. In this case, I am going to say that we just want to go 0.0625 or 1/16 of an inch deep. And I'll click down here and you can see that auto populates to the rough depth, and once again we have the option to break this up into multiple levels. I'm using an 1/8 inch tool, so I'd want to cut no deeper than a 1/16 at a time, and since we're only going a 1/16, I can do this all in one pass, so I won't need to adjust the rough depth per cut. So that's all I need to do here. Under Entry Exit, I know in the last video we talked about how it's important to set up a ramped entry to avoid plunging into the material. One of the downsides of engraving is that we don't have the option to do that. We could do in a long path, except what we find with the engraving operation is that this sometimes will cut beyond the curve and produce some unwanted results. So for the engraving operation, usually we'll leave the entry exit set to none, to the default condition. So we don't need to change anything here. And again, we have the sorting tab, but in this case we only have a few different lines that we're cutting, so I'm not going to worry about sorting. I'll just click Generate down here, and you can see that we have our travel motions and the center lines for where we're cutting, and those match up with the lines that we gave it in top view. So that's it for the engraving. I think in the next one we'll look at our inside cuts. Thanks.